outside, go outside, I can't go outside. From the dust to the blood outside, to the blood outside, go outside, go outside, go outside. Go outside, I can't go outside. You can't go outside, I can't go outside. I can't go around shit. Excellent, proper work, like the president. I'm a make strong, take home with the prevalence. So you exactly what we do is not represent. All cool, represent. Jingle, elevate, pull it all right. Really spotty like the liquid crack. All right, crazy. Shit, so make it. Couldn't work with other persons to the change. Strong, so heavy, hold my own. We might find it. We might be for the stone. They don't be more here. Call more, check the pride. Let it eat through sweet. They take it out. And we don't super heavy. That's the crowd. With those streets are working at the time. They can be amazing. Really white with all facts. With the knowledge in the neck. Too crazy, baby. PK down the front west. All of them. They spread forward and they call it like they call it. They talking to all of them. Born in the mud. And blood. Cold and blood. And that's the early one. You can take time. Boy, they not of my kind. Boy, they didn't see it. I don't know what kind. But I didn't have my mind. But it's not reclining. Fight. They can't get the thing out. Outside, where they take from. I hate things. Solo shots to get it take some. Frank says up the phones to get a sword down. I'm almost up the phones to get a full time. Can't you jump the wall when I'm in here? All the time, on the minute. I know the ride, and the days with those minutes. And I don't get on shit out of prison. Every time I'm on the way, you shit out of this stupid level. And I get my skin with the soul. They don't just all outside. Go outside, go outside, go outside. From the dust to the blood outside, to the blood outside. Pitch directly, go outside. Go outside, go outside. Go outside, go outside, go outside. You can go outside, go outside. Nobody take this for war out here. If you look in the street, all out here, see me on the up and my fall out here. 72 fucking fall out here. One burner, celebrate the star out here. You're here. Scared every motherfucking shit. You don't celebrate the church, you a motherfucking bitch. I give you when you first feel like you live in church. 32 burns, 5 years, that's good. Now I'm really going down to the purpose. And they hang around these friends, get out the surface. If you cross that line, you can get up the mercy. All that mercy, anyway, that mercy. Got so slightly medicine, that mercy. Even like a mercy, like a roll with that kind of roll. People they bullshit, kind of like a medical. It's kind of focus. You want me for medical. So you just like you went, I'm the medical. And I have some schools, and that's you. But when you have your own school, they go, it's like a train from the food to the road. Probably strategy, maximizing perfectly being made out like the masterpiece. Follow who let that nigga also actively. Don't see the part of his life away back. You say that he was the master. He can't say that he's savage. I try to be the rapper over, but I guess that's exactly. Really like that. In the middle of the damage, all I see the letters. All over my record, you move around, you ready. All the work they got, they ain't worth seeing. They not, they want to get it. Yeah, it's cool. Go outside, really clear. Go outside, go outside. From the dust to the blood outside, to the blood outside. Pitch directly, go outside. Go outside, go outside. Go outside, go outside, go outside. Really clear. Go outside, go outside. That time we still landed in the air. The earth is getting to the next step. We see the rise to the dead. We fell for the lies to the dead. When we got high with the dead. I look into the eyes of the dead. I remember how I was in 13 when I met the demon. He needed loose in the bundle of cocaine. So we saw a lot of people make sure to keep feeling. If he tried to show you the short to be weak, he said, I'm gonna hold you down with all the pop up. Now you got me moving this dope, funny and locked up. He said, don't you want the best word to move the supper? Yeah, better pop up. This is a dope one, especially this pop up. I know you ain't trying to plus you might have got up. Until you little secret, make sure you keep it off you. I got a Lexus, quick Philly in Texas. Quick up the heart, stand up for the drama. He's fucking up the house, be honest, he's seen it though. I hate you, but I didn't see Brian about a week ago. He ain't looking too good, if he was kind of trouble. I asked him on the shoulder, he got something for his number, but in 6 hours, fixing his leg will make trouble. He got a house, mama is looking good, set the bed, took it all, he right back in the hood. I see you trying to play me, he gave me crack in the knees. Make him support the ladies and make the whole out of ladies. I know you got the great, you can sing, you must be crazy. Let's go and take. Homeboy's life, I've been wondering why he shot a homeboy twice. Pussy with it gun screaming after he got a knife. He came from my beauty spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's tripe, I'm just giving vision more like Skype. Ask Trayvon, Mike Brown, the Pop Girlie, Eric Armour, Sean Bell, Fernando, Olin, Sterling, Javon Donald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't at the dime we together. We still landed in the air. The earth is getting to the next level. And we see the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high with the devil. I look into the eyes of the devil. I ain't at the dime we together. I ain't at the dime we together. We still landed in the air. The earth is getting to the next level. And we see the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I look into the eyes of the devil. I pray for the eyes of the devil. they beg me. I'm one west till they beg me. I'm one west till they beg me. I be one west to the death till they beg me. One west till they beg me. I'm one west till they beg me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me, rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar like a glycerin. Teach your heart, bring it back to talk, make you live again. Get a dividend till you start getting ignorant. I be doing that soldier shit, I told you shit phenomenally. Now they get down with me, so what the fuck is wrong with me? Ryan comical, this is funny until I body you. Bring apocalypse to the pussy niggas, just popping shit. Team all-star, I coach them up like a Popovich. Fuck the politics and the logics and the politics. Take vagina so we go check up like gynecologist. It's kind of obvious how the solution is out with it. The way your mama gets it, regurgitate for the audience. It's all ignoring this because the competition is hard from the era when it's smoking up like a parliament of flow. Pretty stupid shit. Got it with all 6 on the dominance. Won't watch permanent prominent. Cause I be going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. I be going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. I be going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. I be going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute mouth and noise. But I'm ride like I got goose eyes for Uber. Rhyme hard like in the beat by the booster. Now I'm in the Uber, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in the Ruger. I regatta, put a regatta, niggas ballin' in when every dollar. They ride by like a pilot at the city hour. The showstopper, then the rappers in the team popper. But now I'm going off the corner, cleaning in my pocket. I put fingers on the dot, modify the chopper. It's more heavy, more ready, in the working mama. No matter what I say, I got that lot of savage on it. When I'm a ballin', ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of things and writing, but when they heat so, none of this is getting the fire around me. And I had a little bit of the fire, guaranteed. And I'm still going to play like every bar going hard like a fool with a lighter. This is the matter, I'm really coming through with the silent road. I'm going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. I'm going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. I'm going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. I'm going west to the depth till they bury me. I'm going west till they bury me. You understand? You have found a new great Hebrew that stand and walk with the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come on in. They stand before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and will continue to take them all on.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of light. Open up the book just to see it right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to keep for life. Took us to a place where ain't never stayed there. Poisoning up, put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still watch me die for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite. Cities like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, the robber link and shit tonight. Praises to the Most High. I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background Jamaican, mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, died from an Israelite. Blood of the Israelites, cry from an Israelite. Go through it cause we Israelites. YAHANNA, Allah, so I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite, died from an Israelite. Blood of the Israelites, cry from an Israelite. Go through it cause we Israelites. YAHANNA, Allah, so I'm an Israelite.
Allah, sons of the power, rise from the ghetto and Satan want us to power. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church hours. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Want to be an Israelite, you gon' need on the scriptures. You gon' need to show you a proof of getting them scriptures. Well, I forgot the mission, traumatized from the religion. Homicide the afflicted, I'm a static the engine. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms. Never getting treatment, something he gotta sleep with. Stop, hold symptoms. brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, rappers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death go through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't dead, then we don't dream of life. Reporting live from hell, all the Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, dying for the Israelites, blood of the Israelites, crying for the Israelites. Because we Israelites. YAHANNA, Allah, so I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite, dying for the Israelites, blood of the Israelites, crying for the Israelites. Because we Israelites. YAHANNA, Allah, so I'm an Israelite.
While they play the sidelines, talk to go on benches. Catch me on the front lines, go to work in trenches. Making sure I'm a lecture, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession, the prophesying these lessons. Protecting all adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the learning reflection, no matter what the complexion. We got a common connection, I'm part of God's selection. A shot at their resurrection, through us achieving perfection. Those who give life take sacrifice, battle demon every fight. Short days and long nights, less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife, telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of the Israelite. I ride for my Israelites, die for my Israelites. We owe a debt, cause Christ paid the price, so we ready to give it like the life of the Israelite.
I'm an Israelite, dying for the Israelites, blood of the Israelites, crying for the Israelites. Because we Israelites. YAHANNA, Allah, so I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite, dying for the Israelites, blood of the Israelites, crying for the Israelites. Because we Israelites. YAHANNA, Allah, so I'm an Israelite.
Any man give his life for YAHANNA, Christ, and fall up under that U.P.K banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. And my blood, and any man give his life for YAHANNA, Christ, and fall up under that U.P.K banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him if necessary. Proverbs 28:9. He that turneth away his ear. Got on one card.
All right, let's go. Let's go live, man.
Got on one card.
We have to wait too long. Let's get
Give me Exodus 4:22.
We live now, sir.
You live? Most High Christ, y'all. Most High Christ. Hey, SKYPE, everybody. We had a little technical difficulty today with the equipment, but we here nonetheless, man. I am preaching General Highland live in the studio. The preaching officer of my rock. Listen, I'm going to get into today. My main topic is going to be righteous sisters today, right? And what they did to attain that righteousness according to the law. You understand? Righteous sisters and what they did to attain their righteousness according to the Most High. That's the topic for the day. But I'm going to divert a little bit, and I'm going to have Ultimate Rock play a clip I saw last night with T.D. Snakes, man, and what he's trying to do. Let me tell you something. To the brothers and sisters out there in Texas, you know what I mean, rocking this truth out there, I would say first, big up the Captain of Hunt of God. Let me tell y'all something. Captain Hunt of God, like all of us, came in this truth, changed his life. He studied and studied and studied until he got nowhere to go, and he ran and went with it, man. He went down to Texas and raised up brothers up there, something strong down there. The same way he was raised up there, and he came to Philly and went to D.C. and I'm going back down south now over Texas and spreading the truth all around that region down there. Big up to the brothers in Houston, man, who followed the orders of Captain Hunt, who did what Captain Hunt said, man. Let me tell you something, because of what you did, man, you now out there touching and pissing T.D. Snakes off, man. He mad as hell. Oh, what you doing in this truth, man? Pissed off. To the point where he's lying now and trying to act like he's a man of the Lord. But you can't be a man of the Lord with lavender pants, so I'm just trying to tell you, it's right. You understand? You can't be a man of the Lord with pink lavender pants on. I don't see that. I don't think most I've been with you doing something that day. All right? So now with that being said, all right, give me the clip he played. Right? Give me that clip that I sent to you, man, about T.D. Snakes and the smoke and the incense. All right?
What's that?
Yeah, that's the one I did right there, bro. That's the one I want right there. That's the one I want right there, bro. Y'all gotta understand, man, this stuff here in the church is all theatrics. Ain't nothing real, man. It's all a lie. It's all about making you feel good, man. You understand? How about making you feel good? You understand? All right? You got it, bro? Lay it for the people. I want everybody to see this here, man. I want everybody to see T.D. Snakes. We're going to talk about it today, man. You know what I mean? He got a steward. And the Bible talk about Luke 16:1. And I didn't give him account for what he's supposed to do. The Lord will take it from him. Now, he did all of them. Go ahead. Oh, yeah, here we go.
My prayer goes up, and God gives him the smoke, and God gives him the glory, and God starts moving. The Bible says your prayer goes up before God as a sweet smelling Savior. Somebody talk to me. Put your hands and I dare you to pray.
All right, stop now. Y'all heard what he said? Go back to him one more time, but one thing I'm going to bring out about that, what he said, man. Go back to him one more time. He said something. I want to see if y'all caught it. Want to see if you caught it. You hear the static in this? All right. Everybody pause for a second. Everybody go to Revelation 8 and 3 real fast. Give me Revelation, the 8th chapter, the 3rd verse, everybody. Revelation 8 verse 3, man.
Oh, God.
Revelation 8 verse 3. Let me know when you got it.
We're in the book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 3.
Go ahead, read it for everybody, brother.
Another angel came and stood at the altar, having a golden censer.
Having a what?
A golden censer.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. Well, it's a statement I'm going to make. Then there's nobody out there using incense and the golden altar to bring up the scripture except for I.S.U.P.K.
Oh, God.
You understand? The so-called Catholic Church be doing the speaking, the so-called Latin, all that other kind of filth. But they ain't using Franklin. I don't know what they're using, man. I went to Catholic school. That smell like stuff. Don't smell like Latin. Doesn't smell like frankincense in America. You understand me? Not the smell we use in I.S.U.P.K, man. You understand? Continue reading, warrior.
Oh, God. Having a golden censer.
Having a what?
A golden censer.
Go ahead.
And there was given unto him much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne.
Now stop. Who are the saints of the Lord, y'all? I'm asking you a question right now. According to T.D. Jakes, the saints is anybody who come and holler about Jesus. That's Christian philosophy and doctrine. But what does the Bible say about who the saints of the Lord is? I want to answer. See, y'all studying, man. See, you paying attention to class. Who are the saints of the Lord? According to the scripture. See if they got it, all right? See if they got who the saints of the Lord is, man.
Oh, my God.
Sit right here and wait for a second. You understand? Sit here and wait. While I'm waiting, we get my Zondervan Bible Dictionary out. Everybody should have one. Everybody should get them a Zondervan Bible Dictionary, man. Very important. Especially for you officers out there. I'm supposed to have this on deck, man. You understand?
Oh, God.
All right, let me pull it up for you. Everybody answer, brother? Everybody say anything about who the saints of the Lord is, man? I got any answers on Facebook?
I got the brothers and the sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. I got Israel who follows laws and statutes. It's off of YouTube. I'm about to check Facebook now.
Israel who follows laws and statutes. Okay. Now, let me correct you on that. A saint are the Israelites. You understand? God's covenant people, the ones who made a covenant with. Now, I'm going to nothing on Facebook. I don't know what's wrong with it. We're nothing on YouTube as far as answering. Still you got an answer?
Come on, God.
Okay, Israelites. Okay, it's coming now. I'm getting it now. All right, let's switch. Here we go. Zondervan Bible Dictionary, y'all. Compact version. I'm on page 515. Saint. A member of God's covenant people, Israel. That's who the saints are. But according to T.D. Jakes, what he's doing is saying anybody can be a saint of the Lord. Anybody can be down with the Most High. That's Christian philosophy and doctrine. Now let me give you scriptures to back up what we're saying. Everybody, go to Psalms 50 and 5. And that was Psalms 50 and 5. Let me get there with you. All right, Mariah, read Psalm 50 and 5.
In the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Gather my saints together.
Go ahead.
Unto me, those that have made a covenant with my with me by sacrifice.
With me by what?
By sacrifice.
Who did the Most High give a covenant sacrifice to, y'all? Who did he give it to? The Israelites. Malachi 3:6 says, I am the Lord, I change not. Was that covenant going anywhere? No, it's not. That agreement the Lord still has with his people. You understand? Mariah, go back to Revelation 8, that's on verse 4.
Come on.
8 and 4. Let's go.
The book of Revelation, chapter 8, verse 4. And the smoke of the incense, which came with the prayers of the saints, ascended up before the Most High, out of the angel's hand.
Good.
And the angel took the censer and filled it with fire of the altar, and cast it into the earth. And there were voices, and thunderings, and lightnings, and earthquakes.
Verse 4 says, the smoke of the incense of the prayers of the saints, nobody else. You understand? So this filth they teach in the Christian church when evil and off, man. You understand? This is a man who made filthy lucre off of the lies he teaches. And he doesn't give account for what he's doing. What these so-called pastors not realizing, they ain't looking to see what happened with what's one man named Eddie Long.
Oh, God.
You understand? Like they forgot. And they failed to realize and see. It's like, bro, this is on the spot.
Come on.
I said, I'm going to hit something down. Make sure you do it. You understand? Of Eddie Long. You understand? That's God's judgment on the evil wicked pastor, man, evil wicked steward. Now, with that being said, one more thing about him. Everybody go to Proverbs 28:3 about praying. You understand about praying to the Lord? Everybody go there. Proverbs, the 28th chapter, Mariah, and the 3rd verse.
God.
Let's go there about praying. See what the Lord says about prayer. Everybody in the church is poor. Church prayer philosophy. Everybody do it. Everybody in the church commit adultery. Everybody do it. Everybody in the church believes the law of the Lord is over and done with. Everybody do it. Let's see if God hears their prayers. Read, brother.
In the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 3.
Come on.
A poor man, like you want a verse 3, sir?
Is it 3 where it says, or is it 6 where it says, prayers are abomination to the Lord?
Oh, 28 and 29 and 8. I mean 28 and 9.
Go ahead.
So like in the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9.
Come on.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
See that? You don't want to hear what the Lord said about the law, because you can't do what you want to do. You can't eat what you want to eat. You can't have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. You can't break God's law, because Christ said you're going to break the law. Paul said the law is good. Got dominion over you. You can't break it. But in the Christian church, they break it all day long. They can teach them themselves. So God gave any prayers? Go ahead.
He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination.
Even what?
Even his prayer shall be abomination.
So when you breaking God's law, Lord ain't hearing your prayers, man. He ain't trying to hear what you got to say. Now, everybody go Luke 16:1 on this cheese steak cake. And after this here, we're going to hop right into righteous sisters and give you examples of them in the Bible and what they did and back some of the things up with scriptures other than the story they're in. You understand? Give some examples of sisters who was righteous according to the Lord, man, and did things the right way. All right? Luke 16, verse 1. Come on.
We're in the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 1. And he said also unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward.
Which had a what?
Which had a steward.
The steward of the Pharisees, the rich man is the Most High. You understand? Go ahead.
And the same was accused unto him that he wasted his goods.
See that? Wasted his goods meaning what? The money that coming through the church. And what was done with it, man? These goods are being wasted, man. While they getting rich off a filthy lucre, wax fat and shining, like the Bible says, they ain't taking care of God's people. By one, they ain't teaching the truth according to the Lord. They teaching the doctrine of philosophy that throws the leaves off. You understand? But remember this, the Lord said he accused them. Why? For the evil he's doing, man. That's what's going on in this Christian pastors. Don't think this truth ain't hitting them ears, man. Don't think what we doing in the U.P.K. ain't touching their spirits, man. They know it. They know we got the truth. That's why you see all the different changes in the doctrines and philosophies, man. By old fat behind TV snakes up there trying to talk about the prayers and the incense going up to the Most High. That's a U.P.K. term, man. We can support that. It started in the U.P.K. Everybody knows it. Even those so-called falling behind Christian Israelite groups, everybody knows U.P.K. support that, man. Them 7 days, man. The Lord put the spirit on the start of the school. Go ahead, continue, brother.
Verse 2. And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer steward.
You don't want to be on this end right here. But brothers, you got a job in teaching this truth and doing it the right way. And you will give account to the Lord on everything you do. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the Most High when you get called in on your job. You don't want to be on the wrong side when the records are open on what you did right and what you did wrong. Hold that. Give me Romans 14 and 12, all right? Because everybody gonna give account on what they did and what they didn't do. If you're a brother in school in the I.S.U.P.K, you want the record to reflect, I did my job, Lord. No matter what happened, no matter what fight I had to fight, I did my damn job and did it right. If I made a mistake, I ain't making no more and kept on moving in the right path. Because of what you, brother. Go ahead, read it out.
Like Romans 14 and I'll get the verse.
12.
Romans chapter 14, verse 12. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God.
Everybody will give an account. Everybody. For the brothers in school, you will give an account on what you did with the job the Lord has given you. But it said everyone. Sisters, you will give account to what the Lord gave you in His truth. What you did and what you didn't do. We all got to stand before the Lord, before YAHANNA, and our records will be open. What do you want them to reflect? Do you want them to reflect you simple as hell, can't control yourself? Do you want to reflect that you're a man who laid down on the job? No, that's not what I want to mind reflect.
That's right.
I would mind reflecting that. What happened in my life, I fought like a mother sucker. They stand the truth and keep the Lord's laws, man. You understand? That's what I want mine to reflect. That right there. Every brother in the school should want the same thing. Every sister in the school should want the same thing. Because we all are giving an account for your actions here on earth, man. Everything you do being recorded by the angels. Everything. And because you got grace, don't think that grace lasts forever. Do you understand? We all got to give an account. Now, it's time for the cats to get an account. That's why he's scrambling trying to change and act like he's an Israelite. Saying things that we say. He ain't the only pastor doing it, so-called. He ain't the only one doing it. A whole lot of them doing it. Why? Because this truth is banging their ears. They members asking questions. They watching YouTube clips. You understand me? They see the truth, pushing it. Because the Most High is with us, man. Go back to Luke 14 chapter, brother.
I'm a con. In the
Matter
book.
of fact, hold on, no. Before you go there, go to 2 Corinthians 5 and 10.
In the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10.
Give everybody a second to get there, brother. Give everybody a second to get there. 1 Corinthians 5 and 10. No, I'm sorry, 2.
In the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10.
Read out.
For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ.
Say it again.
We must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ.
We all want to appear before that judgment seat. Everybody. So once again, what do you want your record to reflect? You understand? What do you want your record to reflect? Well, you sit in front of your house shop and he said, pull a record from so-and-so and so-and-so. And you stand before him, what do you want him to say about you?
That's right.
You want to read?
Before the judgment seat of Christ, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad.
Whether it be what, brother?
Good or bad.
You hear me? The angels taking records, man. Right now, everything you're doing here in this earth. Everything you say, our actions, all of this, they checking us out, man. For you brothers in this school, but make sure you're on the right side, man. They get up here, they scoot up, just follow orders. It ain't really hard. The only hard part is in your damn mind when you're being simple as hell. Follow orders. That's all you got to do, brothers and sisters. Order come down, follow. Something you got to do, follow. It's simple. Remember this, y'all. Paul said this in the Bible. Paul said the book of the Old Testament was written for our learning, right? And you will learn from stories in the Bible. Everybody should go back and read when Saul was anointed king and what he did to lose that spot. You know what he did? He didn't follow orders. Lord gave him an order to kill everything on Esau, on Amalek. But instead, he listened to who? The people. And kept the best of and didn't kill the king. He didn't follow God's orders. And guess what happened? He lost the kingdom because of that. The Bible says, you understand me? It's better to follow orders than sacrifice. Most times when them orders, then I paraphrase the scripture. Remember that. Remember that, y'all. You understand? Now it's time for these so-called Pharisees and these so-called pastors out here to get the church to give account for what they're doing, what they ain't doing. They're trying to skirt around. They're trying to act like more and more you see them incorporating Israelite philosophy and doctrine and they sermons and they teachings, man. I ain't never seen a Christian church say, well, we're going to send a prayer to the saints, some of the incense and all that. They don't do that, man. They do it because we're banging their ears with this truth, man. Now they got to flip it a little bit. They act like they really do know something when they don't. Now, drop that, everybody. Luke 16:3, Mariah.
We're in the book of Luke chapter 16, verse 3.
Go ahead.
The steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away
For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship.
Listen, let me tell you something. The perfect example of this here was Eddie Long. When the Most High stripped Eddie Long and broke him down on charges, this cat went up Edomites to anoint him king. He had to find a way to keep his seat of so-called power. But T.D. Snakes did, by doing that clip, by what he's doing, or mocking us and mocking the truth that the Lord gave us, he's trying to figure out a way to keep his seat of power. That's what he's doing. He's trying to be conniving, man, to keep that seat. Nah, man, you might get that seat. You had your shot, but what you did with your shot, you shot away. Paul. All this. See that? He mocking the Lord with that, man. Trying to think of a way to keep his seat of power. Take verse 3 from the top again, brother.
Verse 3. Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig. To beg I am ashamed.
Meaning this cat too proud to go out there and work a regular slave like how we doing it too. You got brothers from the hood coming in shoes. And like how they said to Paul, I'm like, yo, these men who are unlearned. Look how they speak. This is the word they say. You understand? Even though they rough with their words, they tell the truth. And look what we doing in the shoes. We busting our tails in the shoes. Ain't gotta work a slave. You know what I mean? It's evil behind evil. Still do our jobs and duty with truth. Ain't no slack on none of that, even though we work a slave. You understand? Ain't no excuses in here. This cat here can't work no job. So what he gotta do? He gotta try to think of some different way to keep his seat of power. What you see right here is something figuring a way to keep his seat of power. Israelite students, man. This was started in the U.P.K. Wasn't nobody doing this until the 7 heads came together and the Lord put the spirit on the teaching truth that passed it down from the YAHANNA to us. What nobody doing this with us, man? You understand me? All those fake ass groups that trying to come along now, they got it from us. Everybody in the group got told by somebody in the U.P.K. I don't want to get none of that garbage teaching, man. Keep on reading more.
Verse 4. I am resolved what to do. That when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their houses. So he called every one of his Lord's debtors unto him, and said unto the first, how much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, take thy bill and sit down quickly and write 50. Then said he to another, and how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, take thy bill and write 80. And the Lord commended the unjust steward, because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of the light.
The children of the world are bastards, man. They came up with a way to try to keep his power, keep his money going. The children of the light are who, y'all? Who are the children of the light? Hold that. Everybody go to John 12 and 35. Everybody go to John 12 and 35, man. Real fast.
We're in the book of John, chapter 12, verse 35. Then Yahushua said unto them, yet a little while is the light with you. Walk while ye have the light.
Who the light? Christ. Who the children of light? The ones that follow Christ. Doing what the Lord said, that's us from the U.P.K. Period. Keep on reading.
lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth.
You understand? Darkness is the children of the world, man. They the ones of the world. Go ahead.
While ye have light, believe in the light, that ye may be children of light.
You understand me, man? Children of Christ. It's true, the Most High. Drop that, everybody go back to Luke 16 and 9 real fast.
In the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 9. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of mammon, of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, that they may receive you into everlasting habitations.
Listen, man. You better stop being wicked. You about to fall. This cat know he's about to fall. What you see right here is a man knowing he falls. Is a man knowing the Lord coming for him now. He know he put his faith in mammon, which is money, and riches of this world, and knows about to come to an end. He done read the scriptures now, and he done heard us reading scriptures and bang on them streets, and he know his turn is coming like any long turn is coming. Same thing that happened any long when the Most High stripped him, he know his turn is coming. Amen.
Verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. He that is unjust in least.
Read it again.
He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
Let me tell you something. This is good scripture for young brothers coming to school. Young troopers, young officers of 50, 100, 500. You come in here, you get a job. You get duties. Whatever your duty is, be faithful in that duty. You understand me? You take that duty and be faithful in it. Do it like that's the only thing that matters as it is. Be faithful in least. Be faithful in much. Because you took that small job you had and did the best you can, now the Lord will give you more. A great example of that is Officer A bond, brother, you give him an assignment out, right around the ride. That can't go above and beyond to knock it on out. And there's other folks like that as well. He just wanted to come to my mind right away because I interact with him and see him all the time. You understand me? In school, the whole nine, but not stopping the work of the Lord.
That's right.
For nothing. What this young man does. Just an example. Faithful in least, but be faithful in what? Much. Because that small thing you got, you're going to do the best you can, that small thing, the Lord might add more things to you. You see what you're doing. This cat right here was given a job to be the Lord's prophet. He turned it down for money. He chose the path of money. You understand me? All these so-called pastors and preachers were called to be the men of the Lord, but they rejected that to do the work of Satan. You want me, brother?
And he that is unjust in least is unjust also in much.
Go ahead.
If therefore ye have not been faithful in the unrighteousness, in the unrighteous mammon, who will commit to your truth? Who will commit to your trust the true riches?
Let me tell you something. But it says, talking about the unrighteous man talking about money on the earth and what you did with it, what you did to take care of it. You understand me? And how you took care of the Lord's people. I know for a fact you ain't how to take care of everybody in Israel. When it comes to his plate, he is busting his ass to figure out how to take care of everything everybody needs. All the time. With him disregarding his own needs. You understand me? I see it all the time. A lot of y'all might not know and see what goes on behind the scenes with Commander General YAHANNA. I see that man sacrifice a whole lot for this truth. everything he had for this truth. Let me give you a story. I found out some years back, so YAHANNA was working slave in Baltimore, but he was paying the school's rent with his paycheck. Ain't telling nobody nothing. He slept on the school floor, went to work every day, went to camp Friday and Saturday, drove to Philly in an old beat up car, old beat up Ford Taurus on Sunday to teach us. Drove back down with the slave. Had that same routine for a year until the Lord took him out of it. And when I found out that's what was going on, it blew my mind. And I said to myself, I want to be like him. This is a man who was selfless. All the while he doing these things, he counseling, he teaching, standing up with brothers, dealing with brothers' problems, taking care of the school, taking his money not for himself, but giving it to the schools to take care of the problems going on. That's a man that deserves the honor of being a man of the Lord. And the money comes along with it, because I know, put in his hands, he can do the right thing. This guy here, nah, man. He can walk around with a shirt open, and if you see the color pants he got on, with pink color pants on, that's what he can do with your money. He can do that. You know what I'm saying? Keep on reading now.
And if ye have not been faithful in that which is another man's, who shall give you that which is your own? No servant can serve two masters, for he will either hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
They serving the Christian. Let me tell you, the Christian church, they serving money. They ain't serving the Lord. You understand me? They are serving money. They ain't serving the Most High, man. This guy ain't doing it. Ain't none of them doing the Christian church. But that's who they put on the highest esteem. Well, right now, I tell you what, this man knows time is coming to an end. So now they got to try to keep this money, keep his fame and power by adding philosophy to doctrines that we teach them the truth. Ain't gonna work. Not gonna happen. Lord see all these things. Keep on reading, brother.
Verse 14. And the Pharisees also, who were covetous, heard all these things, and they derided him. And he said unto him, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but God knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Oh, TV snakes, abomination of the Lord, man. You understand me? He is an abomination to the Most High. That $4, abomination. All them cats you make highly esteemed are abomination to the Lord, man. You understand? Every last one of them. Every last one of them. You better decide on your stewardship. You in this truth, decide on what you're going to do for the Lord. Decide on what side you want to be on.
That's right.
The time will come when Satan's going to try you to see what you're about. I'm telling you, brothers, better get ready. Satan at his last trump. And because he is, he's going to try you, man. He's coming for you. What you going to do? Are you going to be that steward who's going to drop your post, drop your sword, leave your post? Or are you going to be that steward who's going to say, you know what? Whatever I lose or whatever I gain, I'm standing with the Lord, no matter what. Do it damn well it is. You understand me? Having these things, and this man got to the ill-gotten gain, he got it from his evil behind society. I don't want that. I want to gain things from the Lord by pushing this truth and teaching this truth. You understand? That's the stewardship you should be searching out for, man. You understand? Staying focused on. And watch, sisters, you don't have the same stewardship we have as brothers.
Right.
You got one nonetheless. You have one, but you got to stay in the right path as well. You understand me? Just like the brothers, you got to stay in the right path doing the right thing. You understand? With that being said, let's take a quick break, brother. Play me a couple of songs, man. And this, y'all, when I come back, we're going to hop into the sisters now and stories of sisters in the Bible who were righteous sisters. Sisters who did the right thing no matter what happened, man. No matter what was going on. That's what we need in the nation of Israel. That's what we got in the Y.A.H.P.K. We're going to talk about it when we come back from this quick break, all right? Play me a couple of songs, brother, when we come back to the Y.A.H.P.K, man.
Give me Exodus 4:22. And how in the hell did you try to take this Bible and use it for but you stupid as hell, you dumb as hell. This Bible is what's going to condemn you. Because this is the book of the Israelite. You should have destroyed this book, you dumb so-called white people. Instead of going around and telling you the Bible is the book that's going to destroy your world.
Excuse me, everyone, I have a brief announcement to make. Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. Thank you for your time, and good night.
Shalom. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, no one knows what they try to keep it on the low, so on my poster for them, so I'm a nigga with the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't control it, we just smoke it, right to see it from that dough. I thought they buried it, I'm on. They want to see it slow because they can't control it, no, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop us over, they cannot achieve they go, so I can feel it in us, so they gon' be reaping what they sow. Hey, we shall be small if we don't get them, they gon' get us all. And I begin if I just sit back on my people fall. There is no contestant when we all in this together, so let's come together now, so we can end this forever. I don't want to go to school, I'd rather read over my enemy and study all the messages until my people get running out of sex, money, and drugs is destroying our identity, and this ain't nothing new. This shit be going on for history. Instead of fighting for rights, they fighting for our land. Now we fighting for the man. They go right into their plan. And I'm sick of this. It's ridiculous how the government is such hypocrites. They make the laws, then break the laws. How serious should I take the law? My brother, homie, I take the law. This family first work from the world, I die for mine. Me and my niggas, we charge up like outlaw. We stack up like Caliban. When it's 4 times on the prayer line. It's back like I'm acting like I was born again in the afterlife. No one knows what they try to keep it on the low. So on my poster for them, so I'ma give them the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't control it, we just want it right to see it from that dough. I thought they buried it, I'm on. They want to see it slow because they can't control it, no, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop us over, they cannot achieve they go, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Check it, get the life right, cause it's the last call. Christ coming back, and he's gonna touch us all. It can happen while you shopping, walk around the mall. Where you from, where you at, Babylon is full. Lose your head by the sword, okay, it's Lord. You hear them drum beats, we in the midst of war. But it's the Holy One, I speak the Holy Tongue. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat, I got the most high power, I ain't need a gun. I'll be out here ready till the kingdom come. This bread for the truth and you can't get a crumb. Yeah, they hear me, they ain't feeling where I'm coming from. But I got it, fuck everybody. We got the church to moving out. They coming back now, and I'm not trying to want to keep what they try to knock me. What you thought that I wasn't going to throw my voice in? Fuck all of y'all, like Jesus poison. No one knows what they try to keep it on the low. So on my focus for that, so I'ma give them the flow. Blinded by the dough, we can't control it, we just smoke it right to see it from that dough. I thought they buried it, I'm on. They want to see it slow because they can't control it, no, but I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop us over, they cannot achieve their goals, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. No one knows the quickest try to keep it up. Blinded by the doors, right from the phone. They want to see it over, but they can't go through it over. I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow. Try to stop us over, they cannot achieve their goals, so I can feel it in my soul. They gon' be reaping what they sow.
Having that dream where you made the white people right, wasn't you?
But I was telling the truth.
How many times have I told you you better not even dream about telling white folks the truth? You understand me? Shoot. Making white people right. You better learn how to lie like me. I'm gonna find me a white man and lie to him right now.
Brother Abraham, that's my clip right there. God, oh God.
Exposing lies with the truth, the only man worthy to teach from the Bible, the I.S.U.P.K. We raising our people from the dust, for we are the true Hebrew Israelites. SHALAM! Let a Hebrew speak, let a Hebrew speak with General Hazayan and Captain Akkad. Let a Hebrew speak. Talk the truth. Let a Hebrew speak. Talk the truth. Let a established since 1969 Hebrew speak. Talk the truth. General Hazayan. Talk the truth. That's right. Cry aloud. Talk the truth. Let a Hebrew speak. Tune in every Monday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Let a Hebrew speak.
Yeah. You ain't find one?
I got one, sir.
Go ahead, play it out.
This is the I.S.U.P.K. out here in California, letting you know that we are having our 3rd annual cookout. All blacks.
American Indians and all welcome, man. This cookout is for our people in Pasadena, Islam, Israel, YAHANNA. This is the I.S.U.P.K. out here in California, letting you know that we are having our 3rd annual cookout. All blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are all welcome, man. This cookout is for our people in Pasadena, California, man. November 17th is the date. Commanding General YAHANNA, the leader of the nation of Israel, will be in the building, man. Contact this number at the bottom of your screen, man. We're going to be there. Are you?
I.S.U.P.K. Yeah. Let's go live. Listen, man. We back in the building, whether you can speak, man. I speak from General Hazayan live in the studio. But my main man, my brother, preacher, my uncle Mariah. Listen, y'all. There's 2 cookouts I missed last year. That was Texas and California. I'm going to both. You understand? Houston, I'm going to see you, man. I believe your cookout is in October. Not sure the exact date. I'm going to say the 5th. But whenever it is, I'm going to be down there this time. The wonderful time that Commander General YAHANNA, General Muhammad, General Marad said they had, General Q, when they went down there, I'm coming this time. I'm going to be in the building. Houston, here I come for the cookout. We're going to get it in. And I'm going to blaze on that microphone when we go to camp. These snakes. They busy. My brother, they're going to have all the fun. I'm going to get you too. In your own backyard. But I can't wait, y'all, to have that cookout around in Houston. Now, California, the dog heart, I'm going to wait to come see you out there, y'all. You understand? I'm going to California and I'm going to have a ball out there, my brother out there as well, man. So once again, those who are y'all that can make them cookouts, man. You understand? Also, too, tonight, y'all, sundown starts with the more blowing trumpets. You understand me? Now, I would have went into the topic of it, but when you go online to the Sabbath services, the Memorial Born Trumpet services, they're going to break down to you what the story's about. You understand me? Everybody should be attending these services, man. And if you can't get there, get online and watch and support. Learn your heritage, learn who you are. You understand me? Learn it all. And teach your kids the same exact thing. This onslaught that's trying to hit us with this filth out here on TV and all the other different philosophies and doctrines and so-called holidays and so-called white men in other nations. Nah. Now they're going to push Israel. And what's up with Israel? You understand me? So if you're in a city where the brothers are having classes for the Sabbath service, for more upon the trumpets, I expect y'all to be in the building. If not, get online and check them out, man. With that being said, y'all, let's get off topic, brother. Get into it, right? Well, I know people waiting on this one here. What the brother gonna say? How he gonna bring it out? Is he gonna badge his sisters? Gonna badge his head? No, I'm gonna teach, man. You understand? I like to teach, and I'm gonna teach. I mean, I've been taught. With that being said, give me Romans. Matter of fact, before you go to Romans, give me 1 Peter 3:1, all right?
Count out of one God.
1 Peter 3:1. Let's go there first. Everybody, y'all. 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter, verses 1, all the way through the 6. Whenever you're ready, warrior.
Count out of one God, sir. In the book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 1.
This is about righteous sisters, man. And we're going to break down some stories of sisters in the Bible who did things righteous, man. They got a name in the scripture. You understand me? Who, and what our sisters in the truth are supposed to be trying to attain to be like.
Right. You
understand me? These examples you see in the Bible, you're supposed to be striving for that. You understand me? That's your job, to strive for that. To be like them. I'm going to prove it to you in the Bible. Read, brother.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
Come on.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
That's first. You got a husband, you in subjection to him. Period. Ain't no getting around that. You understand me? Continue.
That if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Now, what is that talking about? It's saying this, that if a sister comes into the school in the truth and get this knowledge, a lot of times they make the mistake of wanting to go home and teach their husband. But they ain't going to win your husband over. The Bible just said, you ain't going to win him over what you're trying to teach him. You know how you're going to do it? By you becoming a woman who the Bible said for you to become. By you changing from being that evil monster that was in the world that destroys her house to a sister now who builds her house up. He will see you doing that. Becoming somebody different. Anybody knows. Okay. You ain't the same no more. Let me check out a class too. You understand? Let me check out a class too. See what's going on with these cats right here. He gonna see brothers ain't trying to have sex with you, deal with you, because you got a husband. Oh, yeah? And there's a brother watch that part right there. All right, so one thing right there. Cats watch that. Hey, this cat trying to do my woman. What's going on there? But they see that we ain't trying to do that. Really, you want him to come in there. You can get him through you, but it's only gonna work if you're doing the things the right way. Don't go home trying to teach your husband nothing. No, shut your goddamn mouth. You know what you do? Be sweet, be loving, be caring, be kind. Take care of that household like it meant everything to you. He gonna see you doing that. That's how he gonna come with you. And guess what? I done seen it happen in this school.
That's right.
I done seen it happen in this school. Many brothers that's coming to school, they came in here, whose wives came to the truth first. What's the brother name out of California? A woman go bar. I want to say the one boy, brother with the church out there. Forgive me, brother, I'm getting your name. Block. His wife came in first. You know how I know? She called me to counsel all the time. And guess what I told her? The same truth I'm teaching right now, same thing I told her. And guess what happened? Her husband came right there. A pillar with the brother out in California holding it down. All these fly shirts and stuff, he was interested in starting it all off. It wouldn't have happened if she would have been some other kind of grimy group. Some other grimy group teach me how to use your husband. Because I don't need who he looks like Christian church. But not the Y.A.H.N.N.K. If you have to follow it. And this is the mark of a righteous system. This is the example of a righteous system right here. Keep on reading now.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation, coupled with fear.
Your he said your chaste conversation. Once again, how you speak to them, how sweet you are. Not being a monster having to act you all the goddamn time like most of the world do. You don't change that spirit. You're somebody different now. That's going to win that world over. Keep on reading.
Whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing gold, or putting on apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart. That
meaning you ain't now going to be seen as somebody righteous because of how you get your hair done, your nails done, all those carnal things. That don't make you beautiful, man. It don't make you attractive. What makes you attractive is your spirit for the Most High. That's what makes you attractive. As I go throughout my day, you know, seeing things out here in this evil society, you may say sisters might be kind of cute, but then you hear her speak, or you look past her prejudice and look at her actions, her countenance, it's disgusting.
Right.
You're like, oh, she's filthy. Even though she may be attractive, she's still filthy. Why? Because she's that evil monster in the world, man. Right. And it's so forth through her countenance, her spirit, man. Who think because she got her hair done, her nails and her feet done, that she's somebody attractive. No, you a filthy monster, man. And the truth, you see past all that garbage. Just coming in, how she's supposed to be. A righteous sister. Not worrying about those things that's carnal. Keep on reading, brother.
God. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible.
That hidden man, the one inside. This was making you attractive, man. What kind of spirit you got inside of here? That humble spirit, that nice sweet spirit. You understand? All of the rah garbage going on. I'm not like hearing all that, man. You know, that's like, man, let me tell you something. And this is fact, y'all know this to be true. Every sister you know out here in the world, right, that talk that rah shit, two things happen to them. Either that man beat them the fuck up, or that man left them. Period. Ain't no either way. Either way, they ain't lonely and miserable. Because he tired of being that mouth and went upside her goddamn head, or he left her. We call that rah stuff being a monster. No. That person inside of you that's quiet and meek, you understand? The hit man inside of you, that's what you focus on. That's a righteous system. Forgive me, brother.
And that which is not corruptible.
You can't corrupt that there, baby. Go ahead.
Even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
Go ahead.
Which is in the sight of the power of great price.
You see that? To have a meek and quiet spirit is something of a great price. That's what sisters should be trying to do. Don't try to be seen and heard all the time. You understand me? You're already going to be seen. You understand? Just because you're a woman, they're going to see you. Stay to the background. We not got to be in the forefront all the time. Stay in the background. Go chill. TV.
Verse 5. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Woo. Unto the what, brother?
Unto their own husbands.
Take that from them down. Go ahead.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham.
Even as what?
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Calling him what?
Calling him Lord.
Out of line in the Hebrew, which is Lord. Sarah called Abraham Lord. Go ahead.
As long, Salaki, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well.
You can't call yourself a daughter of Sarah unless you're doing the right thing according to the Lord. That's why I said, as long as ye do well. Meaning, you got to perform a certain act to be considered a daughter of Sarah. You got to be that sister who call her husband the Lord. In front of the whole, everybody will know it. It ain't just talk. You won't live that talk of calling your husband Lord. You won't live it. And how do you live it? By the things we described earlier, man. That meek and quiet spirit, man. You understand me? What's inside the head, that hit, man. We can't nobody see, but what's inside the head. And what's inside the head will come out. You understand? Right here. Now, with that being said, give me Romans 15 and 4, brother.
Oh God.
Give me Romans 15 and 4, all right?
Oh God.
All right. Hey, you slocking nice out, bro. I'm doing a radio show. All right, I'm sweating. No price. All right.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
That's right.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
Say it again.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime.
Paul saying the things written aforetime. Once again, y'all, I want this one here to stick inside your chest. Because aforetime, the word afore is a prefix. Meaning before in time and order. So what was written before Paul wrote Romans, New Testament, the Old Testament. Sammy, continue.
Were written for Salaki. Were written for our learning.
For our what, brother?
For our learning.
Meaning what, brother? We're going to learn from what's in the Old Testament. You understand? And we're going to put some examples of sisters that you're going to learn from. On how to be. On how to act. You understand? You're going to learn from watching sisters and learn from them in the Old Testament, man. You understand? Go ahead.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Go ahead.
Now the power of patience.
You can stop right there, brother. Now, the first system we're going to go into, and I didn't realize the time, all right, 11:26. This is going to be a two-parter, y'all. But we're going to talk about Abigail. How many of y'all know about Sister Abigail in the Bible? How many? Let me give you a second to respond on Facebook, respond on YouTube. How many sisters know the story of Abigail? I'm going to try to time in right here. I'm going to wait for a second, all right? Let me know if you start getting some response.
Oh, God.
Let me know. Let me know. Nobody said nothing.
Lies.
That's the problem. That's the problem. We're going to correct that problem right now. Everybody go to 1 Samuel 25 and 3. First Samuel 25 verse 3.
We're in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 25, verse 3. Therefore,
Hold on, give everybody a chance to get there. 1 Samuel 25 and 3, everybody go there. Go ahead.
Therefore shall the strong people glorify thee.
No, that's not it.
Oh, Salaki. I was in Isaiah. In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 25, verse 3.
Now, I'm going to jump around in the story some, but we're going to talk about it as we go through. You know what I'm saying? And you going to see a sister here who right like the brain. I'm trying to tell you. Keep on. Let's go to it.
Now, the name of the man was Nabal, and the name of his wife, Abigail. And she was a woman of good understanding.
Why? Why was she a woman of good understanding? Why? She knew her job as a wife. She knew her role as a wife. What she had to do for her husband. Her role as a wife, she knew it. She had good understanding. Because she was taught as a young girl this truth. When you come in here, you become somebody brand new, somebody different. You become like a child all over like the Bible says. And you get taught the right thing. And that's how you be known as a woman of good understanding. Read, brother.
And of a beautiful countenance.
She had a wonderful spirit about her, Matt. Wonderful. It said beautiful. That's how her spirit is. This is what sisters should be trying to be like. Read.
But the man was churlish and evil in his doings. And he was of the house of Caleb.
You understand? Now, her husband was an evil, wicked cat. They was off his head. Evil, wicked. But it didn't stop her from being what? A woman of good understanding with a beautiful countenance. Because he was the way he was, didn't stop her from being who she was supposed to be. This is the example that sisters ought to take from this story. That no matter what's happening in your life, you got to make sure you keep your spirit. This is the example sisters should be following. Drop down to verse 14, brother.
In the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 25, verse 14. But one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, Behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master, and he railed on them.
Because David men took care of his sheep. They were trying to be, the man had money, Nabal had money, and you know, David men took care of his sheep. I mean, David acted something a little tribute because of it. He got nasty with David. But like, I don't understand the Bible, first of all. This shit with these fucking Israelite groups, like, it's not cousin, right? But these so-called phony ass Israelite groups, so old soft, sweet garbage is killing me, man. What if you be the most I say here, man, on wall? All those sweet, soft garbage, get out of here with that, man. When David made that disrespect out, they was going to war. You will see in the story, he said, gird up the sword, hop on the horses, let's go. Be on. When that nigga win, be on our way.
But the men were very good unto us.
They were what?
But the men were very good unto us.
They took care of us, man. We got this evil ass master's cat off as hell. The men took care of us. Go ahead.
And we were not hurt. Neither missed we anything.
They didn't take nothing, man. Go ahead.
As long as we were conversant with them. When we were in the fields.
Go ahead.
They were a wall unto us, both by night and day. All the while, we were with them, keeping the sheep.
What does it mean that they were a wall? Meaning they were protecting them brothers. They were really protecting them brothers and them sheep, which is what Nabal had that made them rich. They protected them. They kept them safe. Now they tell them the wife, yo, look, your husband, he might get us all killed. Let's stop. Ain't nothing wrong to us. Go ahead.
Verse 17. Now therefore, know and consider what thou wilt do. For evil is determined against our master and against all his household, for he is such a son of Belial that a man cannot speak to him.
He was such an asshole, they couldn't talk to him about nothing. He's rich and pompous, can't nobody say nothing to him. Think he know every goddamn thing. He's fucking, he about to get it. They saying, look, yo, your husband about to get us killed for what he just did. And can't nobody talk to him. Even she couldn't really talk to him. But this is what she did. Still honor that man as a husband. But I read the story, it blows my mind how much integrity she had. And sanctity and honor for her marriage. Go ahead.
Verse 18. Then Abigail made haste and took 200 loaves and 2 bottles of wine and 5 sheep ready dressed and 5 measures of parched corn and 100 clusters of raisins and 200 cakes of figs and laid them on asses. And she said unto her servants, Go on before me. Behold, I come after you. But she told not her husband Nabal.
She ain't tell her to get nothing. But she told them, yo, get this, get that, go, I'm coming. Let's go. This is where she was going. Go ahead.
And it was so, as he rode on the ass, that she came down by the covert of the hill. And behold, David and his men came down against her, and she met them.
Now let me tell you something. Go up to verse 13 to tell you that David's man, he goes, man, listen, man, that cat did what? Y'all heard God's swords up. We gonna witness. You understand? She knew what was coming. So what did she do? As a wife, she wore off the angel from our household. You understand me? She saw it coming. She honored her marriage. Even this cat was the evil, wicked, nasty cat. She honored that marriage and kept the sanctity of that marriage by trying to save everyone's life. You understand me?
Verse 21. Now David has said, Surely in vain have I kept all that this fellow have in the wilderness, so that nothing was missed of all that pertained unto him, and he have requited me evil for good. So and more also do the power unto the enemies of David, if I leave of all that pertain to him by the morning light any that pisseth against the wall.
David already had set his mind to kill every goddamn body.
Right.
All the men was going to die for what the wall did. You understand me? And everybody knew the fame of David and his men. They were no joke, man. Them cats were some warriors. They ain't played no games about nothing now. All of them. Everybody know what David was about the warfare.
Right.
I remember the I.S.U.P.K. to me. That same spirit, I said the same spirit here, U.P.K.
Verse 23.
Come on.
And when Abigail saw David, she hasted and lighted off the ass and fell before David on her face and bowed herself to the ground and fell at his feet and said, Upon me, my Lord, upon me, let this iniquity be. And let thy handmaid, I pray thee, speak in thine audience, and hear the words of thine handmaid.
How many of y'all out there willing to die for your husband?
Right.
Huh? How many of y'all talk that? Shit, and ready to die for your husband? How many? How many? And evil carried that.
Right.
Even though he was evil, wicked, she's still going to die for her husband. How many of y'all can say that for yourselves after your marriage? Maybe.
Verse 25. Let not my Lord, I pray thee, regard this man Belial, even Nabal, for as his name is, so is he. Nabal is his name, and folly is within him. But I, thine handmaid, saw not the young men of my Lord, whom thou didst send.
She running it down to him. Look, my husband's simple as hell. I didn't see a young man when he came. Go ahead.
Now therefore, my Lord, as the Most High liveth, and as thy soul liveth, seeing the Most High have withholden thee from coming to shed blood, and from avenging thyself with thine own hand, now let thine enemies and they that seek evil to my Lord be as Nabal. And now this blessing which thine handmaid have brought unto my Lord, let it even be given unto the young men that follow my Lord. I pray thee, forgive this trespass of thine handmaid. For the Most High will certainly make my Lord a sure house, because my Lord fighteth the battles of the Most High. And the evil, and evil have not been found in thee all thy days.
Now drop down to verse 32. For time's sake, y'all, we're going to drop down verse 32. Go ahead and continue, brother.
Verse 32. And David said to Abigail, Blessed be the Most High power of Israel, which sent thee this day to me. And blessed be thy advice, and blessed be thou, which have kept me this day from coming to shed blood, and from avenging myself with thine own hand. With mine own hand.
Go ahead.
Verse 34. For it is very deed, as the Most High power of Israel liveth, which have kept back from hurting thee, except thou hast hasted and come to me. Surely there had not been left unto Nabal by the morning light any that pisseth against the wall.
See what David came to do. But David told him, because you came and dropped it like that for me and told me all this stuff there, man, I ain't going to do what I came to do. Her sweetness, her love for her husband saved everybody's life. You understand me? That's the spirit Sister should be in. Because only that mattered to her was her household, her family, even though she had an evil husband. All right? Everybody drop that. When you all go back and read the whole story again, but give me Ecclesiastes 26 and 26. Go back. Ecclesiastes 26 and 26. I got one right here for you. Ecclesiastes 26 and 26.
In the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 26. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein.
No, that's not it. 26 and 26.
Oh, Salaki, I was at 27. 26 and 26. Salaki. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all.
Stop. Tell me what?
Shall be judged wise of all.
That's what happened to the sister. She honored her husband and her marriage. And David said, you're a wise woman. Because their counsel, I ain't going to go and kill nobody. She was honored as being wise of all. Why? She honored her marriage. No matter what kind of man this cat was, she had enough inside of her that still put her married for herself. You understand? How many are they willing to die for their husband? I don't know. Talk all that, Yahweh, small, talk about small child stuff. Who out there willing to do it, man? Who? Now, with that being said, drop that one, Rob. Go back to the story and read 25, 36, and 37.
I'm going in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 25, verse 36. And Abigail came to Nabal, and behold, he held a feast in his house, like the feast of a king.
And always party and holy feast, right? Come on.
And Nabal's heart was merry within him, for he was very drunken. Wherefore she told him nothing, less or more, until the morning light. But it came to pass in the morning, when the wine was gone out of Nabal, and his wife had told him these things, that his heart died within him. and he became as a stone.
He died. Cat died. Now we read further the story, right? After he died, he was sent for her to marry his sister. But not until after she died. And what did she do? Yes, I'll be your wife. Give me Romans 7, verse 1.
Okay.
Give me Romans 7, verse 1.
In the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
Dominion means rulership. As long as you live.
For the woman which have an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth.
So long as he what?
So long as he liveth.
She's stuck with that man as long as he lives, man. You understand me? You lay down with a man and open them legs up. Got married. That shit is forever. That's why it's imperative in this school you follow the rules. Do things the right way. Because once it's done, it's done. You can't get out of it. You stuck with that cat, yo. That cat ain't going nowhere. You stuck with it, man. And you ain't going nowhere for as long as he lives.
Die, sir. I'm gonna try it back again on the computer.
Okay, try it, go fast, man. I know people get to try to really get down this and everything. All right? I'll take it up.
I'm about to actually try to get it up now.
So you married with this man as long as he lives. You understand? Which is forever. Until the day he died. As we read further scripture, you will see she didn't marry David until this man had died. You understand? Until this man had died. Can we get back up?
Nah, the camera's still acting funny, sir.
Went down on YouTube.
Nah, I did that on purpose to try to get the camera up on Facebook.
Okay. So YouTube still up?
Let me see something. I'm trying two cameras. Come on, we're still up on YouTube right now.
Okay. All right. You understand? So when you now, that's what we normally use, right?
Kind of, but it was doing the same thing.
Okay. All right.
Switched it up.
Okay. All right. So let's see what happens, man. We're gonna be with it for the last little bit of this day, man. It's gonna be a two-parter, y'all. We're gonna talk about Esther, Deborah, Susanna. You know what I mean? I got other sisters too as well. I'm gonna talk about how to be righteous, man. What we need in the nation of Israel. You understand me? Righteous sisters is what we produce in the I.S.U.P.K. All right? Like Abigail. When you read further down in verse 3, let me get it for you. Our brother working on the technical difficulties we have right now. About to bring Facebook back up. Everybody who's on Facebook listening and watching. I'm going to get y'all Romans 7. All right, verse 3. It says, so then, if while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, then she is free from the law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. What is that saying? You ain't free to be with nobody else until your husband dies. In this case of Abigail, stayed with her man until he died. Had a little more than a period of time, and then married David. And kept it moving. You understand? And David was a wise man. He seen that she was righteous. Hell, shit, I want to marry her too. Because she was right. She was righteous, man. She had understanding and honored her marriage. He respected that. Hell, I wouldn't want this in hell. Shit, hell. Why not? Why not take her as a wife? All right. That being said, we're going to drop that with Abigail. Right? Did it come back up, brother?
Live.
All right, no sweat, man. We gotta find another way to fix this out. You know what I mean? Would it be better if we had another? We talk about the show, all right? You gotta find a way to fix this where you don't have no interruptions. Too many interruptions. We gotta stop that. And people, watching, need to get this knowledge and truth on Facebook as well. We're gonna find a way to fix this here, all right? All right, now, y'all. The next one is gonna be in the book of Esther and about Esther. You understand? It's about Esther. Esther was a sister. We all know the story, but we're going to go into today. Because how she was, sisters should be striving to be like her. We're going to pull our sisters in the Bible who, as a sister, you should be striving to be like. You understand me? Like that. Now, Esther. Everybody go to Esther, the 2nd chapter. Let me know when you get it ready out. Don't worry about the scripture in the chat. You go ahead and fix that. Get it up first. All right, let's get that up. I know people on Facebook are listening and, want to get it done too as well. All right. All right, everybody go to Esther, the 2nd chapter, verse 7. Where I'm going to go ahead on the read. Just get it up and run. Let me know when you're up. And you just hop on that. All right?
Oh, God.
All right, Esther 2 and 7. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, who she had neither father nor mother. And the maid was fair and beautiful, who Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter, meaning she was family. Her parents died. He took her in. You understand? What happened? I can't get it up.
Yeah, not on my page.
Huh? Not on your page?
Kind of, I can't get it off mine either.
Now, what if you use my page? Or what if you use another I.S.U.P.K page off of Facebook? Oh, we got one?
It's not that is my account. They flag the accounts so much. And now it's just, it don't even let me go on there.
What about another I.S.U.P.K page?
I would have to make you an administrator, sir.
All right, we can talk. We can't have that no more.
But I can go off your actual page if you want, sir.
Yeah, we won't have to talk. We can't have that. We got to make sure. We got to make sure this is right. You understand? Make sure this is right. All right.
Oh, God.
All right. Make sure this is right. Can't do this no more. So, all right, now what we saying about Esther? You know what I mean? Her father and mother died. Her uncle raised her. Right. Now he raised her, but she listened to what was being told to her as a child. You understand? He raised her up in the truth. Now we in captivity. Go to verse 20 now. Esther 2 and verse 20.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
In the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 20.
Come on.
In the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 20.
Come on.
Fuck, I just lost the page.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Some of these books are hard to find, but what helped me was when I was studying for my test as an officer, I wrote all the books of the Bible to study. I did 10, then did 10, then did 10, which helped me now memorize what they had now. That's what helped with me. Maybe a good thing for some other brothers and sisters that might help them as well. All right? So let me know when you're there, brother.
Come on, in the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 20.
Come on.
Esther had not yet shewed her kindred, nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her.
Meaning, Mordecai told her, don't tell everybody who you are, where you're from. Keep that under wraps as you an Israelite. Just be quiet about everything. And let me tell you something. Because she obeyed that brother, she's written about in the books today. She saved Israel from Haman, who was trying to kill us, man. And had him and his people killed. Why? Because she obeyed the man who was over her, meaning her uncle. You understand me? You come to the truth. It ain't just you no more. If you ain't gonna have a husband, the priests are above you. And if you got a husband, he's above you. The point is to follow the order that's given to you. She did. And because she did, she saved the whole nation, yo. That's right. The whole nation of Israel. By what? Following orders. E20 again, brother.
Oh my God. Esther had not yet shewed her kindred nor her people, as Mordecai had charged her.
Go ahead.
For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai.
He did what?
Did the commandment of Mordecai.
Go ahead.
As when she was brought up with him.
See that? Like when she was brought up, and he raised her to be obedient, to follow what he said. And she continued doing the same exact thing. That's the point I want y'all to get in this here. The point is that we got to be able to, and sisters got to be able to follow the orders given to them and obey. That's the whole point. If she would not, now let me ask y'all a question. If Esther would have said, well, you know what, I don't think that's right, I'm doing my own way, I feel some kind of way about that, what would have happened? We all would have damn died. Haman would have had everybody got damn killed. But because she ain't going on her own brain and say, well, I don't want to agree with that, or I don't want to think this, guess what happened? The whole nation was delivered. The whole nation. Give me Ecclesiastes 7, verses 23 and 24, brother.
Okay.
7, 23 and 24.
In the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 23.
Come on.
Has thou children? Instruct them.
See that? This is what Mordecai did with her, man. He taught her how to be from young. How listen and obey him from young. Instruct your kids on the right way to be. Don't show them no evil shit out here in the world. Show them the truth, man. Teach them how to be in the right way, man. That might save their life when they get older. You see, we have a Mordecai and Esther. What he taught her saved her and the whole nation. Might just be doing your kids something good, but teaching them the right way. That's the job for sisters, man. That's the job. Go ahead.
And bow down their neck from their youth.
Man, listen. Don't let them be proud and pompous. You check that shit at the door. Yeah, I mean, I got like about, let me think. 4 daughters. Yeah, 4 daughters. And I check the shit out of my daughters. I love them to death. But I'm gonna bow down their neck. Why? Because I love them. And I'm gonna do what the Lord say do. You understand? Continue reading.
As thou daughters have a care of their body.
Go ahead, meaning when you got a daughter, make her take care of herself, man. And watch her body. I got an oldest daughter. My oldest daughter, I went up. And I watched her growing up. I seen her starting to develop her body. So I on purpose made her start covering herself up. And to be conscious of not showing her body. Now my daughter is thick. And I said to myself, damn, I watch her now, and just on second nature, she walking, she covers herself all the time. And I thank the Most High for that. Because when she was young, I raised her with the scriptures say raise. But I learned the U.P.K. I bowed her neck, and I taught her how to make sure she covers herself. Don't let her body be everything everybody wants. Make them niggas want more than just your breast and your butt. You understand me? Make them love your spirit that's inside of you. Not because you got a banging body. I drilled it into her. But she in our turn drilled into her little sister. Because she coming up with something. And she got 2 more. I know she's gonna drill into them too, but they younger. My youngest ones is 2 and 7. They kind of, ain't there yet. But the other one, she in that one ass. And I thank the Lord for it, because I was in her ass. For a reason. You understand me? For a reason. I ain't talking about what mom did. It's what dad did. Mom on the same page as me. Both my wives. On all my daughters. They don't play this and they don't let nothing slide. And I'm thankful for that. But as a father, I ain't let nothing slide either. I was on that ass. And it's good to have that coming from your father. You understand? Like how Mordecai raised Esther. You understand? And she obeyed that man. Continue reading, brother.
Oh my God. And show not thyself cheerful toward them.
Go ahead.
Marry thy daughter.
All right, you can stop right there. Give me Proverbs 22 and 6.
In the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Say it again.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
One more time.
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Because Mordecai raised Esther under these scriptures, man, training her on the way she should go, she saved the whole nation. Because you know what she did? She put her faith in the Lord. And what the Lord said, and what was taught to her, that her own mind and her own dumb judgment, man. That's what she did. And because of that, she's written up in the records for delivering the children of Israel from my enemies. You understand me? While we had the feast of Purim, this was a bad sister. Bad sister, man. But one who followed and obeyed, which is why she did what she did. You understand me? This is the level that Sisters in the Truth and I.S.U.P.K should be striving for. These stories we're gonna go. I got more. I got a whole lot more. But for time's sake, I have to clip it. And next week, starting at 10 o'clock on the dot, Lord's will, with no technical difficulties, we're gonna finish these stories. I got more stories. These stories, these sisters should be trying to attain and become. You understand me? This is your job. What you're supposed to be about. Being these kind of sisters of old time who was righteous, man. You understand? Listen, y'all. Pay your tithes, I.S.U.P.K.com. Also, too, tonight, the grill will command during YAHANNA and the memorial blowing of trumpets. Don't forget about that feast day, y'all. Everybody should be at the feast days. It's Saturday. You are required to attend. For brothers, you're supposed to have your tail in school unless you got some other things going on you can't get out of. Sisters, if you ain't on your monthly, have your tail in school ready to learn, man. Bring them kids with you. You understand? With that being said, Mariah, get my song ready to queue up, y'all. Listen, next week, y'all, I'm going to have a part 2 with a whole lot more sisters in the Bible who are righteous. You understand? See you next week, y'all. Live, let the people speak.
That's what I'm about. Vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The enemy gon' be critical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins. Loyalty in my ways. Payback in dirty grip. Just remains in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. Night never lukewarm. Shit out blazing in the season. Got plenty food for those. It's gotta watch who I'm beating. Now they walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas fading free, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make you slack off. These niggas baby fat off. Better bear witness, I'm back off. I be ripping shit like Setco. Dumb dogs all buffed out. YAHANNA say I come for. No room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This roll hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't U.P.K, it ain't in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down with something. Feel so deep and trauma, motherfucker. He said he hit the truth for yeah, well, it's the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too low to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No right, me no head, not even this body. So when they ask some U.P.K, tell them absolutely. And I ain't shooting my ways, but nothing, yeah, execute it. It's like I never die when I tell talk between my legs. Shit, I be thinking, watching my daughters something they bad. They so smart, and a lot of she's so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies, and they dead and far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about the shit I used to do, and that daddy ain't getting. His hand never ceased. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was spilled.
The lies are sweet.
Tried everything. I guess me, I thought I
Had to meet.
now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak, and teach all my little girls
The dead.
now with a man, they better bring your bloody dead sheets. Can't I switch the time? This block match my headpiece, and I ain't trying to take them out, but I will defend this house.
Damn right.
Take a check. 144 and that black trench on some hitman shit.
She called me 47.
Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wet fucking fame. Ask why tell them I'm loyal to the king.
Until the righteous reign. Lord to the king. Lord to the king. Lord to the king. That's my song, my rock. You understand? Man, everybody making hot songs, but they good. That one right there, baby, like that's my thing there, baby. I'm that one right there, boy. Woo.